Gaurav Bhatia, I'd want to begin with you, because one can keep talking about how there's been past precedents in 1975 or 1987 with many of your leaders who have quoted Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi. But, the Congress can also come out and say that, okay, one of them might have inaugurated it, but the actual, laid the foundation stone for it, but the actual inauguration happened by the president. We'll delve deeper. But Gaurav Bhatia, with the conversation we just had with both PDT Achari and Mr. Agnihotri, it was the perspective or the purview of the Prime Minister. Could the BJP, could the Prime Minister have done things differently? Because yes, maybe the Congress did it in the past, but would it have been correct to let the President come out and inaugurate the new building?
Preeti, first of all, let me make it very clear that the nation is celebrating this occasion where the country would get a new building, and let us not forget, Parliament is the temple of our democracy. Now, being a student of law, let me first address the question you asked on a legal plane. If you read the Constitution of India, Article 79 makes it very clear that the Parliament, and I am not talking about the building, but the Parliament, comprises of the President and the two houses of the Parliament. Now, we all know that Parliament reflects the will of the people, and nobody is a better embodiment than the Prime Minister, who also is elected by the people and is the leader of the Treasury benches in the Lok Sabha. So point number one, that I think it is only proper that Prime Minister is inaugurating the new building. This is not a debate where we need to pit the President versus Prime Minister. We have to see whether he has the power and whether he is the right person to do the honors or not. Second, it is also important to understand, Preeti, that when the Constitution has an area which is not specifically mentioned in the Constitution, there are precedents and there are conventions, and these are rich conventions that have been done in the past, and therefore they are followed. Now, in this case also, you are saying don't follow that convention, it was done in the past, but now why are you doing it? I must tell you that it's not only a case that in 1975, Indira Gandhi inaugurated the Parliament Annexe, which was part of the building, and in 1987, Rajiv Gandhi ji, he inaugurated the Parliament Library building. But I must also say, it was rather unconstitutional and illegal that the Assembly building in Chhattisgarh, it was inaugurated by Sonia Gandhi. In Manipur, as late as in 2011, inaugurated by Sonia Gandhi. She was not holding any constitutional position. Then why was this privilege extended to them? That was the kind of VVIP culture we have seen. Third most important, the nation is rejoicing. Why do you have to oppose every historical decision taken by the Prime Minister? And let me just clarify and elaborate. Article 370 abrogation, historical, opposed by the Congress party and the opposition. GST implementation, a special session was convened. The Congress boycotted that. They boycotted the vaccines that were indigenously prepared in India. They boycotted the installation of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose statue. Why always oppose? And they have no reason to oppose. And last but not the least, if you allow me, this 19-party bogey. Let me tell you very clearly, the sum total of all the 19 parties holding the seat is 97. And BJP alone has 303 seats. If you add BJD 12, YSR 22, BSP 9, the Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde 19 seats, TDP 3, the number will swell up to around 368. So 368 members want to celebrate this occasion just like the 1.4 billion Indians want to. And at the other side is the perpetually pessimistic, obstructionist 19 parties. Thank you.
I'm going to take that question, but Mr. Bhatia, when you talk about Article 79, I do have it, and I think that's what both our constitutional experts also suggested. Now, the Constitution of India, 1949, 79.
Even I am a student of
law. Right, I'm no student of law, sir. I am no student of law, but having said that, with what it seems to suggest, is that there shall be a parliament for the union which shall consist of the president and two houses, to be known respectively as the Council of States and the House of the People. As per 79, I would reckon, at least where the parliament is concerned, one thing is indisputed, is the fact that the head of parliament is the president. Now a distinction can be made where the parliament building comes into question and the parliament in general. On the other hand, Mr. Bhatia, and I'll come back to you. I will come back to you if you allow me.
Sure.
Those two instances that you called upon.
Sure.
Now, the foundation of the Parliament House Annex built, laid on August 3rd, 1970, was by V.V. Giri, the then president. So the foundation stone was laid by the president, but inaugurated in 1975 by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. On the account of Rajiv Gandhi, which has been brought up by many of your leaders. Now, the foundation stone for the library was laid by Rajiv Gandhi. However, the inauguration on May 7th was done by President R.K. Narayanan, sir. So, the instances that have been quoted are incomplete as well. Mr. Bhatia.
So what is your logic?
The logic, sir, number one. If you're asking me, I'll...
Listen,
yes.
Preeti, the logic that you are giving right now is, see, we have to understand, even whether there is a power, whether propriety demands that one has to inaugurate, and the other constitutional position holder cannot. So if one can't, then you can't. It is not about foundation laying stone ceremony and or inauguration ceremony. If one has been done by the other person, it clearly reveals that even the Honorable Prime Minister is a very high constitutional post, and the Prime Minister can always inaugurate these buildings, especially when in the last 30 months we have seen how it was dreamt by the Congress. The need for a new parliament building was spelled out by Meera Kumar, Speaker in the Congress government. But it was Narendra Modi ji that ensured that India gets a new parliament building.
All right, okay.
So
now
there is nothing improper, illegal about it.
So there's nothing unconstitutional about it, because like we pointed out, the head of the parliament might be the president, but this is a parliament building, so there is a distinction.